Hey guys, how you doing? We went in the back, took a look at some stuff. These high-end cars and stuff, there's a lot of stuff that you can't see. People are pretty private at this level of car ownership. So we had a very nice time here. Miami's been kick-ass, and I tell you what, the guys over here at this shop, we thank them to death for allowing us to come into their world for the short period of time that we were here. And hey guys, I hope you enjoy the footage. Guys, we're driving down the road. I see a lot of stuff in the window. It looks like an interesting store. You know, there's the first hit right there. Look at that. I wonder if they'll let me with my rubber boots on. They're Italian driving shoes.
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing?
What's happening, man?
Well, I was walking by and I looked through your window and I seen a whole bunch of weird stuff, and I heard our dear producer at one time was over here trying to hornswoggle you into a show.
Oh, yeah.
So I figured I'd stop by.
Yeah, he's not bad, that guy. He's all right.
Do you know who Lucifer is?
Oh, yeah. No, I stay away from that guy.
Well, it's the same guy.
I stay away from him, man. He's not my buddy.
I tell you what.
What do you think, man? You like Italian junk? We got a whole bunch of it right here. You name it, it's here.
I tell you what. I can honestly say that I've never seen this many supercars in one spot before.
Yeah.
It looks like you're looking at a bunch of Honda Civics of Honda.
That's what we do, man. We specialize in vintage supercars, so pretty much anything 80s, 90s, 2000s, and every now and then we get something a little fresher for the young bloods. But yeah, man, it's an amazing assortment, and right now we've got I don't even know how many cylinders in here. Do the math, but there's a lot.
I tell you what, my problem is I don't know which one to look at first. I tell you what, you look at something else catches your eye. This here does catch my eye, though. This is new.
Yeah. So
what is this?
So
other than expensive.
It's definitely expensive. They made two. They were supposed to make 100. It's called the Gallardo Concept S. It was Lamborghini's endeavor at making a speedster, which is essentially a car with no actual windshield and or roofing. So this car was the only running and driving car that they ever made. So we have it here. We sold it to a great home out of a big collection up in Canada, actually. Which
it come from Canada?
Yeah, it came from Canada, believe it or not. Yeah.
Was it some winter tires?
Yeah. I don't know if it's on snows, but you could definitely swap some on. I think you get a little chilly, but it's an amazing example. Actually, belongs in the Lamborghini Museum, if anything.
It's very interesting. I look at this; it's upscale. I look over here, and you got analog gauges on it.
Oh yeah,
which I find very interesting. I like that.
It's amazing, man. Super ahead of its time. You know, it was basically a concept car in a sense, and they actually made one that drives and runs, and this is it. So really, really cool. Definitely something that you could probably try and make in your garage at home, but wouldn't turn out as clean.
I tell you what, it's very interesting.
Isn't it cool?
I like it.
Yeah. You're gonna have bugs in your teeth and your eyes for sure. That's the only thing.
I don't know if you would, because there's enough deflection here that it may go right over your head.
Yeah, I mean, it depends, I guess, how much you stick out of it, for sure. It's it's an incredible design. It's a shame they didn't actually make 100 of them.
It would be good for, if you put cup holders on there, you get about 15 coffees on there. Right? Or you could pack long 2x4s on it.
It's sick.
I like it.
It's really cool. We also have this 550 Barchetta here, which is from Ferrari. So they actually went ahead and made a production model, 448 for the world. This is a USA example, which I believe they made under 100 or so. And this car actually also has no roof, but you do get a windshield. So
I tell you what, you guys looking at this, you can't appreciate this. I can smell these leather seats, and they smell absolutely
Italian, baby. That's what they do. They know how to skin them.
I tell you what, you literally can smell the leather seats in this thing, which is
cool.
Yeah.
If you want to smell some leather, that's a 1987 Lamborghini Countach with only 1,100 miles, white on white, similar to the kind of the whole Wolf of Wall Street-esque vibe. We actually sold the Wolf of Wall Street car that was used in the film.
No kidding.
Yeah. Very, very, very cool. Probably the most iconic supercar that money can buy from the 80s, without a doubt.
I've been catching up after running around like that today.
Very cool. You ever driven one of these?
This is very interesting. Look how much this car packs.
does it say?
Me and a skinny girl could ride in it before it's overweight.
Yeah, yeah.
455 pounds is what the capacity is for it.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? You think that it's Italian fun size, right? They only fit small Italian men and hopefully women. Very cool example, very cool car.
What year is this?
This is an 87.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They haven't changed a whole lot from the first conception of them, have they?
So they made this car for about 15 or so years.
Oh, no kidding.
Every year was pretty much a little different. And then it depended on if it was from the US or if it was from Europe. So this is a USA example, so they have all these bumpers on
The bumpers are different on them, eh?
Yeah.
Now, here's a question that everybody wants to know. What is the starting price of something like this?
They start roughly around 500,000 and they'll go up as far as $1.5 million, which is what the Wolf of Wall Street car sold for.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And again, of course, what is that jewel worth?
This is worth a letter, not a number. Just the letter X with a dollar sign.
No
Whatever
kidding,
someone's willing to pay. Yeah, this is really the only one that you could buy. So it is sold actually, but if you were gonna buy it, it'd be somewhere upwards of $2 million for sure.
Well, that's actually less than I thought it was going to be worth.
Yeah. Listen, over time, this will continue to go up in value, so long as the next steward.
I was looking at a Bugatti here a little while ago that was worth quite a bit of money.
We've got one actually right over here. So we have a 1993 Bugatti EV110 Super Sport, V12, 4 turbos, manual transmission, and my favorite part about it is the Lamborghini doors, which are insane to see on a Bugatti. And this car was actually built in collaboration with some of the Italians who built this car here, which is the Lamborghini Diablo.
This car smells like fish in the inside.
Maybe it's your boots.
It very well could be. I think it maybe is my boots. It smells like an old salmon, but it's my boots.
No, it smells like leather.
Yeah, it's really cool. These things are awesome, man. One of a handful of cars that were made. This is one of the prototype examples. Incredible piece. The only one in this color silver as well for the world. So very, very unique.
I tell you what. You just look around and you really don't know what to look at.
I know. We're super privileged to be around this stuff every day, and somehow we're still not jaded. Thank goodness. We're passionate. And we love to do incredible stuff.
What is that car outside? What is that?
That is a Koenig Special Testarossa. So it was a tuner company in the 80s would basically slap body panels and upgrades of power and whatnot on Ferraris and in some cases Mercedes and other manufacturers. Yeah, so it's a tuner car, custom body.
Value, good, bad, indifferent. It just is what it is. There's an ass for every seat kind of thing.
There's an ass for every seat, absolutely. And the 80s kind of was the era of excess, obviously, and this car
was the excess.
All that. Yeah, absolutely. Over the top, scoops and vents and wings and all kinds of craziness. Yeah.
Now, what are these two here? I see they got frames on them. Are these for the track or what are they?
So these are both Lamborghini race cars. That's actually the Diablo GT2. They made one in the world. That car sat in the Lamborghini Museum for about 15 years before we took possession of it. It's the first Lamborghini race car ever made. And then that car actually kind of blueprinted a lot of the stuff that was in the later Diablos. And then that's kind of its final form right there. So that's kind of the grandmother. That's the daughter. That's the Lamborghini Diablo GTR. So you got the GT2 and the GTR. Incredible pieces. So this is
what are they making for power?
In upwards of 500 to 600 horsepower for sure. Yeah, back in the 90s, that was tremendous figures.
That was tremendous, yeah.
Tremendous, yeah. Insane. Naturally aspirated V12, manual. Sounds like the devil. That's why they're called the Diablo. I don't know if Lucifer, the producer, had anything to do with it.
This his uncle built them.
Yeah, probably. Really wicked car.
Hey, you had a Walter Wolf in here somewhere.
We've got it.
You know that guy.
Find it. I got to dig it up.
You know
the other ones.
That guy lives up the street from us, eh?
That's incredible. Yeah, he's a legend, man. What a story.
He is, eh?
Oh yeah.
He lives up the street from us. Where's this Chariot at? Is it here somewhere?
Let's find it. We got to dig through all the other junk first. Let's
look at this stuff. Look at. I tell you what, man.
So this is a 25th anniversary. This is the final form of the Countach. like we spoke about earlier, this example only has about 100 miles on it. It's basically a brand new car. So you're talking about, you know, this is as it would have jumped out of the factory. Basically a time capsule, if you will.
It's got an Alpine deck in it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Those are worth big money these days.
Alpine cassette decks?
Oh yeah.
I got one under the seat of my truck that's been there for probably about 15 years.
Well, listen, you know, if you need some cash, let me know.
It's got the Helltech head on it, eh?
Oh yeah.
You know what that is?
I don't. I was probably not even an idea.
Helltech head with auto reverse.
Yeah.
You had the rule by the ass. It's just, I don't know, heavy duty heads so the tape doesn't cut into it.
Let's see. Very
Yeah,
carefully.
this is a really cool example.
Very
this is
cool.
jewelry, if you will, fresh out of the factory.
I tell you
Pearl
what.
white. This might be your speed right here. This is the Vector WX3R.
Now it looks like it's got a Ford motor in it.
Yeah, I think it's out of a GM or an Oldsmobile or something.
Well, it's got a Ford alternator on it.
Yeah.
Even though it says AC Delco on it, it looks like a Ford alternator.
This thing is wicked, man. This was basically America's attempt at the vintage supercar. Lots of inspiration from Lamborghini and whatnot. This gentleman in California, Jerry Weiger, developed this car and this company. They have a also very interesting story. They went bust. He actually locked himself in the factory when they came to seize his assets for not being able to pay his loans, and he hid out in there for 3 or 4 days, and he wouldn't come out. So he's kind of a mad scientist from America, if you will.
Wow,
I mean,
hey.
prototype. This is a one-off example. Helicopter dash from a helicopter is the rumor. Insane thing. Lamborghini doors as well. Speedster kind of vibe, no top, similar to the Gallardo. So a really, really interesting piece.
Now, what's it made out of? Fiberglass composite?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I don't think they were using carbon just yet, but these guys were definitely in a league of their own. Call it what you will.
I tell you what.
This looks like a fighter jet throttle, but that's actually the transmission. That's park neutral drive reverse. Pretty wicked thing. Really, really exceptionally absurd.
I like it.
Yeah. Purple is
Value,
abundant.
what's it worth?
Probably somewhere between $1 and $2 million. Yeah, depending on the situation.
Nice.
Yeah, insane.
Look at the mirrors. How the mirrors are. Is that mirrors in there, or what is that? Right here. Or is that just shiny?
Yeah, exactly. Those are the mirrors. Yeah, those are your
side mirrors.
Your side mirrors. Yeah.
Wow.
Preposterous. If preposterous is the only word that comes to mind. So you got mirrors here, and you have mirrors in the doors as well, which are super neat. Look at the doors of the mirrors in here. Hold on. Check this out right here. Pretty insane. I guess this is your air conditioning.
Well, you need some fresh air in there. I can't imagine the time that he put into this. Imagine, no wonder he didn't want to leave the factory.
Yeah, he locked himself in, the guy. Yeah, listen, all mad scientists need money to make their experiments.
I tell you what.
He ran into some trouble with that one. Really, really crazy car. You won't see another one. This is the only one.
Is that right, eh?
Yeah. There's a couple other variants that he made as well, but this particular model is a one-off.
I have a truck like that. I have the last one that was made of 13, but it's not quite that.
This is
the word I'm looking for, but it's not quite that elegant. How's that?
What do you think of this? You could probably put one of these together. Take a Ferrari Testarossa and chop the top off. Pretty cool. They made about 10. Ferrari officially only made 2, but this is an aftermarket company that would chop the top off of them.
Well, he's found a vintage one. Oh, what are you looking at? Are you looking at this?
Well,
no, look at this. He's talking about. Hold on.
I know he's talking about this one, but unfortunately, this caught my eye. Like, we'll go back to this one in a minute. What is this exactly?
This is a Lamborghini Miura SV.
What year is it? Like the 60s?
Yes. So they started in '69. This is a '71 or '72. This is kind of its final form. This was the first supercar ever made. Was the Lamborghini Miura. And this is its final form. The interior is out right now, getting restored in Italy. We've got to reinstall it once it's all reupholstered. But this is an incredible example, one of 6 in this color. Amazing car.
I tell you what.
Car, yeah.
It just catches your eye right off the bat. It's not that this other stuff isn't nice, but you just instantly drawn to this.
Yeah, this is probably around $3.5 to $4 million.
No kidding, eh?
Yeah.
And again, back to this here jewel here, somebody converted this and chopped the top off with the Sawzall.
Yes, sir, with the Sawzall.
They cut the top off the Sawzall and
Yeah.
got some lightweight putty out and built her.
That's it. A couple little bit of caulking and sealing for the windshield frame, and that's it, man. Yeah, people were paying for these back in the day. You might recognize this car from the video game Outrun. Back in the day, this is what they used as kind of the poster car for that video game.
No kidding, eh?
Yeah, it was a chop top Testarossa. Really, really cool car. Really, really
I
cool.
tell you what, man, you just really don't know where to start at, because every time you look around, something catches your eye. Like I've never seen this many supercars in one spot in my entire life, and I probably never ever will ever again. Like,
it was a glorious time to be alive, I'll tell you. I wasn't there, but it seemed like it was a good time.
I tell you what are they like to drive? Are they good, bad? Are they got some inherent problems? I hear the old Countach is backing up, you couldn't see nothing, the maker going ahead, not backing up.
Yep.
You hear all kinds of stories of guys kneeling on the sills, backing up. What are they like? You drive them every once in a while?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's nothing from the modern era that can compete with the driving kind of experience and overall emotional presence that this stuff gives. I mean,
are they tight? Are they loose? What do they like to drive?
I mean, analog is the word, really. You know.
I like that. Like you have a knob. I just like just analog.
It's you in the car. They're real cars, and you know they were made to evoke emotion. Nowadays, everything is just push to start, and you know you just drive it and get from A to B. These are all real cars, and you know we're super grateful to be able to have kind of the assortment and see all the history and different languages of design and experiential factors. I mean, it's
like going to a museum in here almost. Like it's the only way that you can look at it. A museum that you can buy stuff. Yeah. And this is fairly interesting.
Yeah, this is the shop.
Your shop. Yeah. Literally, words can't. It's just really overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like you look back here and you see stuff that you just never see, but all at one spot.
It's kind of like all the bedroom wall posters that you had growing up, but they're all just here in real life.
You don't have Farrah Fawcett in the corner anymore, do you?
She comes by every now and then, one of her cousins or sisters or whatever. Yeah, we work with a great photographer who's kind of known for his provocative photos. We've got an example of that right on the wall over there.
I like it.
Yeah, it's really fun.
How do your mechanics, just as a normal mechanic, complain, whine, pissed off?
They do the best they can.
I tell you what, I can't imagine working on this stuff. It's not the same as working on an old Ford. Like if you make a mistake or scuff something, it's going to cost you a whole bunch of money.
Yeah, and a lot of these cars are original paint and stuff too. And some of them are colors that you can't even replicate. So you can see all the way in the back there, actually, the yellow door that's up.
It's a weird looking car. It looks like somebody's had it in the sun for too long.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a one-off paint job that Lamborghini did on that particular car. And they actually told, you know, all the dealer groups and the original guy who ordered it that they would never paint a car that color ever again because it was too difficult to match. If anything ever happened, it would never look right. So they said, well, we did it this one time, too much of a headache, we're done. So it's a one-off color. It's kind of a lemon lime pearl, if you will.
I actually like it.
Yeah, we just sold it actually. It's going to a great home in the Midwest. They bought a couple other cars from us, and they've got a great eye. They know how to pick them.
I tell you what, that's another interesting color. It almost looks like plum crazy over there, but not kind of really. It looks like a metallic plum crazy almost back in there.
Yeah, so we've got another example of that over by the window. That's Lamborghini's 30th anniversary purple. So it's kind of like a frosty purple, if you will. And if you remember Jamiroquai, they used that car in one of their music videos for one of their most famous songs. And one of our clients actually owns that exact car. We were able to help him get it. So we deal a lot in also kind of stuff that's per se, you know, historically relevant to the time. So even like this Gambala right here, which you can definitely show. It's you know, that was built by Hugo Gambala, who, again, very large 80s, larger than life tuner body kit company. Wow. He's got a crazy story where I believe he was murdered by some gangsters to repay some loans back in the 80s or 90s. So yeah, crazy story. Very, very Miami car, if you will. I don't know if you can pick out why, but I think it definitely stands out as kind of a
being white.
Yeah, for sure. Miami Vice and whatnot. So, yeah, we actually also sold the actual Ferrari Testarossa from the Miami Vice movie, from the TV show, excuse me. And we also sold We also sold Jordan Belfort, not Leo DiCaprio, but the actual Jordan Belfort's Testarossa as well. So we've sold his Testarossa, we've sold the movie car Countach, and we sold the Miami Vice Testarossa as well. All were white, so pretty cool.
How about the Hawaiian suntan oil car?
Yeah, we've got to dig that one up still. We've got to dig that one up. There was also an SE30, which is the purple Diablo, that had dolphins painted all over it. I'd love to pull up a photo for you guys. We're still chasing
that's
that
finally
one.
interesting.
Oh yeah, here we go. In case all this stuff wasn't interesting enough, we've got I want to show you a picture of the Dolphin SE30.
They were probably really happy about that paint job, Lamborghini.
It's amazing. It's amazing. An artist was commissioned to paint dolphins all over this car, all over the hood. So if you see here, I'll show you a better shot of it right here. I mean, this thing had purple dolphins painted all over the car. Incredible, incredible thing. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I don't know if cool is the word, but it's something.
It's like a redneck dolphin guy. It's kind of like painting your horse on your Kenworth.
That's a great
kind
shot.
of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
it's another interpretation of kind of the hot rod fire stripes, you know?
No.
Let me see that other one, the first one? Yeah, that one.
Hold on, wait.
1, 2, 3, yeah.
Hold on, I'll get you another angle. Check that out.
That's, I just don't know what to say about that.
It hurts my brain too.
It
hurts my brain too, man. I hear you 100%.
It's like a redneck fish guy.
Well, we are in Florida, so if there was a place to find something.
Did he have a fish belt buckle? Hey, there's something really, really, really interesting. Like, you're full of supercars, and you've got a gas pump in here from like 1920.
It's got the prices on there too.
Like,
Look at the price per gallon, Avery. Do you wish?
look at this right here. Federal tax 1 cent, state tax 4 cents. She's 13 cents a gallon. Total price, 18.5 cents. Take a look at this.
It's cool. Move that to closer one.
It should always be in a supercar shop having a vintage gas pump. I like it.
Delivered new to Walter Wolf. Walter Wolf was probably the most important guy, in my opinion, to the legacy of the Countach. If it wasn't for him, I don't think they'd ever have flares or a wing or the wide wheels. That was definitely his brainchild, from my understanding. Him, Delara, and I guess he's the guys. He'll maybe one day tell us the story, but the guys on his Formula One team.
Right.
So he famously had a red car, like a blue Le Mans car, and a dark blue car. This is not one of the early cars. This is his 25th anniversary in Blue Acapulco on Pana. So hopefully we can talk to him about the history of this car, and definitely the history of all of his cars and his influence with Lamborghini, which to me is a complete game changer.
Oh yeah. And inspiration to you.
Huge. And what a playboy. What a playboy.
Like he said to me.
Oh, that
You've heard
great-
it, right? Where he said the women are like cigarettes, you throw one out and you just light up another? That's what he told me. But you've heard that.
I work on lots of old stuff, and the old stuff there was no SAE back in the day. I work on quite a few old Harleys, and the threads and stuff, the pitches are all different. Like a normal nut and bolt will not fit on there. Like a either metric or SAE, they're not the same. They got a different pitch back in the day because it wasn't standards. Wasn't up until I don't know 52 or 54 or something. Just in there. The standards are all different. You ever with anything really old? Some of this really old stuff is very curious. That you don't get nothing that old in here though.
No.
It might be from the 30s and 40s. Yeah.
It was around World War II when it started standardizing.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Wartime, we don't have time to figure out which bolt fits.
Well, no, that's absolutely totally the opposite. That's the opposite. Wartime is totally the opposite of what you just said.
Stick whatever fits on.
No, that's when everything come together that you could buy a part off the shelf and fit any one of the vehicles that you have. everything was set to a tolerance.
Same fuels and all kinds of shit.
Well, the fuels and the tolerances for everything, so you could go buy a rod off of a shelf, and the thing didn't have to be fit. Like these motors here, I doubt that you could probably buy a part off the shelf and have it fit on there. It's probably all hand fit with this stuff. I would.
Not even close. You could look 6 months for one part.
Is that right? It
Yeah.
nothing fits. But hence again, back in the 40s, that's when everything was starting to get everything fit. Hence, you know what a Joe block is?
No.
Johannes?
No.
You want to see something interesting?
Sean?
Yeah, interesting. Johannes?
He went to college, I did.
Joe block. Look it up on YouTube. It's very interesting. The history of measurement. It's very, very interesting. It standardized everything. Henry Ford started it back in the day, the standard of measurement.
Yeah.
Because you got different inches too, eh? Like there's all kinds of weird in here that we just take for granted nowadays.
This is 10 inches.
I told her that. She was a liar. And she was hitting me in the head with a straw. I said, "What do you do?" She says, "I'm beating your brains out."
That's the YouTube channel.
Hey, you guys are smart. Hey, take this one.
They would get along too.
Hey, if Russia attacked Turkey from behind, you think Greece would help?
Dude, he just took that right out of your fucking book. Took that right out of your book. Dude.
Are you guys best friends now?
Yes,
He's surrendered.
no. Again, as a person that works on things, like I said, I'm not trying to be like an I'm just very curious about like what it is to work on this stuff. Like it's just, I look up inside there and I say, hey, tighten them exhaust bolts up on there. You know, you can plain working on an old 318 Dodge or something with a 318 and under a 440 or something, and at the driver's side you can't get into it to do anything. I look up there and it's even worse.
Well, what I would do first is tell the young people here to forgive you that you sound Canadian.
Can't help it.
There's that.
Where are you from? Here?
I'm from North Carolina.
Are you? Nice. Nice. And part number what?
It's a secret.
Are you my cousin?
Hey, don't rebuild my tricks, please.
I tell you what. What's it like to work on? Pain in the ass?
Easy, man. It's gravy.
Yeah, I bet.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy, gravy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is Wolf?
Anyone can do it.
Yeah, it's right there. Blue one.
No, for it. Just
Right
The
there.
dark blue.
Yeah.
Oh, it's maybe blue.
What is that? Shifter?
No, that's actually part of the clutch.
Clutch mechanism? Sleigh cylinder?
What time did the boys stay?
Yeah.
A lot of work to work on out
Are you
there.
gonna go find it?
Yeah, it is. Especially the starter.
The starter, like working in a boat, eh?
That fails, the engine has to be
Keeping it clean. Keeping it light.
Tell you what, again, the starter fails, you pull the motor out.
out.
And I thought putting a starter in a boat was bad.
No, I don't think so. Well,
I see the exhaust bolts up there. You might spend you a day or two changing the gasket on it.
No, you don't want to get into that either.
Is there, what, how about changing oil? Is that at least easy?
Oh yeah, that's easy. That's right here.
How many quarts? How many liters?
About 15 quarts, about that.
What kind of oil? Synthetic, non-synthetic,
Usually
single
this
viscosity?
This one uses a. You can use synthetic on this one.
50 weight so it doesn't leak?
1550. Yeah. It's
Why?
good, yeah.
Is it run that hot?
It's a race car, basically.
Does it run that hot
It
though?
runs, yeah.
Lots of clearance in the bearings and stuff or what?
Yeah, I believe it's so tight. Plus, the oil has a separate pump, so it builds more pressure with more temperature. So you got a special cooler for the oil.
Is that right, eh? Just lots of oil pressure.
Yes, it's just like the race car, same thing.
Interesting. Dry sump is what you're saying.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is a sump right here,
Okay.
but it's not dry sump.
No.
No.
What's the transmissions like? Good, bad? The synchro's good or bad
It's
in them?
fine, it's good. It's
Yeah?
just, yeah.
How much horsepower?
This car probably around, let's say around 400,
What's that rate, eh?
somewhere around there.
I see it pays to be short to work on this, eh?
The what?
It pays to be short to work on it.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that's what I told this guy today. He just walking
I
between
tell
my
you what,
job and
hey,
he just bumped
you
his
see
car
that?
right there.
Hey? Beauty pleat.
Yeah, that's why it's made by Italian people. You know, Italian.
Yeah, nice and short. I always thought that a guy should have a factory leather cap made for everybody with no hair.
Yeah.
Like have a nice leather, like that is like heavy leather.
Oh,
hat.
like the old style.
Exactly.
motorcycle?
Yes, just a leather cap.
Yeah.
So when you snag your head on it, it doesn't.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna get
You know
one
what?
for you.
You know what? This here stuff, I can see it happening, but on North American cars, spring hangers
Oh yeah.
get you every time. Spring
Awesome,
hanger,
yeah.
spring hanger, every time get you. With the rear spring, just come to a dead stop.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Anyways, nice talking to you.
Dude, who are you?
Just a guy. Now tell me, did they use silicone on this?
No, it's 518. It's a
That's a Loctite product.
It's aerobic silicone, so it dries
Oh,
up. It dries up when you got no oxygen.
that's nice.
Yeah.
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 It's, you know what? That's good stuff. Aerobic
It is,
sealant.
yeah, it's very good. That's
Okay, guys, the nice thing-
I use is
The nice thing about using an aerobic, if you use silicone, when you put it on something, on an oil pan or something on a front cover or something, what happens is you get a grape on there that'll fall off and it'll dangle off there, and then it'll fall off and go through and plug an oil galley. And kaputski, done. This aerobic seal, it comes out as a liquid and it just dissolves if there's extra, if there's no air to it, it hardens up. So if you ever put silicone in everything, you should never use it on certain things or on anything, because it will plug up your oil holes in your galleys. See this? Right there? Done. It just goes to nothing.
stays that way.
Yeah. Cool. I tell you what. Small brakes.
Yeah, very small for this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Half the fun is feeling like you're gonna crash and then not.
I tell you what. Back end looks like it's off of a Jaguar almost, the same style almost.
They all look about the same.
All about the same?
About the same years. you
Yeah.
know?
Bearings in there, are they?
Yeah, it's a bearing.
Are they? Is it tapered bearing or ball bearing with a space in it?
It's a cage with big ball bearings.
Is this ball bearings with a spacer in it
Yeah.
for your preload?
No, this one is.
It's
just a big
push
it's just a big
cage.
But it is roller bearings, 2 roller bearings.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah, you'll have a space in there. You'll have a piece between the races though. So when you tighten the axle,
you
the
don't have
piece,
to worry
so you
about
keep they keep the preload on the balls
Exactly,
on it
yeah, that's-
instead of like a Timken taper with a crush sleeve or something in it.
I'm gonna keep the preload on my balls when I see my wife tomorrow. Sorry.
She'll have you thrown out of the house. I already heard her talk to you this morning. Being happy with you. But this is, I like this. This is
Yeah,
good.
that's secret.
That is secret.
That's the little Harley
very
Quinn, black
secret.
and orange.
But yeah, like I always thought about making like a heavy leather cap
Yeah.
to wear on there or underneath there. Because I tell you what, it hurts.
Yeah.
If you got hair, it's not so bad because it takes it takes all the buffer out of it, eh?
Yeah, no. Actually, even if I don't shave for like 2 days, I have the fuzz. And you don't hit your head, but the day you shave, it's like all of a sudden, your force field is gone.
I tell you what, guys, if you got a bald head, you can appreciate it. If you got hair, you have no idea, eh?
Yeah.
What's it feel like when it rains outside? It's like it wrinkles off your head, eh? Ting, 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 ting. It's like
Well,
a
it's
tin
beautiful.
roof, eh?
It rains every day.
Okay, you guys, see you later.